Hello, foodie fans. Welcome to the Big Food Talk, produced by Tough Monkey Entertainment. I'm your host, Sal Conca. This show supports restaurants, chefs, and food pioneers with your help. Head to bigfoodtalk.com to make your donation today, or check out our fun apparel line with proceeds going directly to participating restaurants. Special thanks to the Long Island Food Council, Dine Facebook group, and Yelp Long Island for supporting this episode. Today I'm talking all about food with my good buddy Carolos, otherwise known as New York Hidden Gems on Instagram. Carolos has a love of food that started with his mom's cooking at a young age. Listen in to our speed round where Carolos gives us all of his favorite spots in and around Long Island, plus his number one pick where he proposed to his fiancé earlier this year. Hey Carolos, welcome to the Big Food Talk. It's been so long. I'm so happy to have you here today and be talking about food.
Yeah, thanks, Sal. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So where are you coming out of? What part of Long Island are you from?
I'm originally from Colmac in Suffolk County. I'm actually living right here in Fort Salon, like Northport area, so still Suffolk County, Long Island.
Okay, awesome. Yes, I'm on the South Shore, so I don't get up to that Northport. Like in the Northport area, they have so many great restaurants that I never get to.
Yeah, it's definitely a little hike from. I actually lived in Lindenhurst for a little bit, so I know the distance is definitely a long trip.
Yep. Have you been down to Lindenhurst lately? Have you been to like Restoration Kitchen or Bakudo or like any of those places?
I haven't. When I lived there for a short period of time. I did do a lot of the Babylon, like Lily Flanagan's. What is it, the Burger Bar over there? But yeah, I haven't
Mm-hmm.
had a chance to try too many South Shore places just because of the distance. But I know you guys have a lot of great spots on the South Shore.
Yeah, we absolutely do. You should come down, meet me. I'll take you to my favorite spot, Restoration Kitchen, and we'll go do some eats over there.
Okay, yeah, I'm more than happy to.
So let's talk about this whole thing. You're on Instagram. You take these awesome food photos. You're really into food. When did this all start for you? When did you start your Instagram? And when did you start taking photos?
Um, I don't want to say I'm a photographer because I'm not. I just always like taking pictures, whether it was going to the beach or I always like taking pictures in general. And I'm a big foodie guy, so it's actually started maybe about just a year ago, but it grew a lot unfortunately during the pandemic, mainly just because I know restaurants were hurting a little bit, so I know it's just takeout, and I was still going taking pictures, and I don't know, I guess because everything else slowed down, my page happened to grow a little bit because I was still constantly going places and taking food, bringing it home, and setting it up for a picture.
Yeah, I think all of us in the space, we all feel that's why I started the show is to help restaurants, obviously. And so I think a bunch of us also had extra time, whether we were furloughed,
Oh
laid
yeah.
off, had extra time. I lost some clients, so we had that bit of extra time. And when I did, I was doing 3 episodes a week
Oh, wow.
with the
Okay.
show just to get it off the ground, right? So when you have extra time, you can put it to good use sometimes, right? Instead of just sitting around.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely. That's pretty much the main goal is just to help out the restaurants during that time.
Absolutely. So where does your love of food come from? Is your family in the food industry? Does your mom cook? Like where does it all come from?
I'm a Hispanic person, so like my mom, of course, I grew up with her, and she's a big cook. She's almost like I grew up with a lot of Italians. So she's kind of the type to. It might just be me and her and my father, but she's cooking like it's for a family of 12, and so I would always help her cook, and I was just a big fan of like food and cooking, and I like to eat, as you can see, but but yeah, I'm a big foodie guy.
Awesome, man. So did she bring you in the kitchen like at a young age to teach you how to cook and things
Oh
like that?
yeah, I'm still bringing that knowledge with me today. I'm engaged, so I'm more of a. It's the roles a little bit reversed. I'm more of the cook. I like to cook all the time and prepare everything and use some of her recipes I still remember from being a little kid.
Awesome. Yeah, I got married a year ago, a little over a year ago, and
Right.
I'm home. My wife works in Brooklyn, so I just majority of the cooking just falls on my shoulders, which is fine because I love it. I love to cook. My grandfather and my uncles taught me how to cook, and I have that food business. I got the Big Lou's onion sauce that I do as
Yeah,
well.
which is
So
good.
thank you, appreciate that. But it's cooking is one of those things I absolutely love cooking for people. I took over, I guess, doing Christmas Eve, the big fish dinners for the Italian, the Italian way we do
Yeah.
Italian tradition. So I started that, and then now I do Thanksgiving as well. So, I love
Uh,
cooking those big meals.
yeah, no, it's always fun to see people's reactions when you cook, and even getting some compliments from. Yeah, cooking's definitely a good time.
Absolutely. What's one of your favorite meals to make? You got a specialty? I know you said, Hispanic culture. Like, is that the way you go? You like cooking Italian food? You got any specialties in the kitchen?
I like to mix it up a little bit, but I know like I make empanadas. I know everybody knows empanadas, so like my mom has like a certain recipe when it comes to those. But I don't really have like one particular like food type that I like to do. Like I'll cook a fettuccine alfredo. I'll make the sauce from scratch. So like I like to mix it up because I kind of like to challenge myself, and sometimes it might come out good, sometimes it doesn't. But definitely like to at least go around.
Yeah, you always got to experiment. You can't be afraid to make mistakes in the kitchen because that's the only way you learn. Once you burn some shit, you go.
Yeah, that's the deal right there. But no, yeah.
You figure it out real quick because you don't want to waste money on food. That like breaks my heart. Is like if I have to throw something out because I ruined it. Luckily, it rarely happens these days.
No, I'm the same way. Yeah, I just don't like throwing out food. I'd rather keep it in the fridge. Well, even if it's extras, I hate throwing out food.
Absolutely. Yeah. We eat leftovers all the time. We put the slow cooker and the Instapot to good use in my house for sure.
Oh yeah, that's
Um,
awesome.
we bake in bulk, we bake a lot and then we'll freeze it. We cook a lot in the crock pot, like pulled pork or things like that, or chili. And then we freeze it in like the mason jars and stuff. And then we
Yeah,
have it all winter long.
yeah. I just got introduced to those Instapots. Those things are incredible. I love those little slow cookers. It's really like less work. You just put it on and just walk away, and it's good to go from there.
Yeah, totally. It saved my life the other day because I had frozen chicken. It didn't defrost all the way, and I wanted to make chicken tacos. So I just threw like 3 pounds of chicken in the Instapot, and it was done in 15 minutes.
Oh wow, I never actually tried with anything frozen. That's actually I gotta try that out now. Okay.
You can go from frozen to cooked. It takes a little bit longer, but I had pulled chicken and like mine. By the way, it was like semi frozen this time, so it wasn't
Okay. Okay.
fully frozen. But I was in chicken tacos in like a half hour. I mean, it takes time for it to heat up and stuff and get the
Yeah.
pressure going. But after 15 minutes, whew,
Oh yeah, that's not bad at all, especially if it's just semi-frozen.
yeah, yeah, it was great. And then who doesn't like tacos, right? So.
Oh, tell me about it. Yeah, that shit was Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, that's right. Yesterday, I had my most recent. I just had tacos at Garden Social in East Meadow. Have you ever been there?
No, I have heard about it though. I haven't actually made my way to that just yet.
Yeah, definitely recommend. I don't know if you know. I'm sure you know Nivea from
Yeah, of course.
Long Island Wine and Dine. So it's one of her places. She recommended I get the French onion soup there. The French onion soup at Garden Social is killer. So good.
Oh, actually, I did catch that post that you. All right. Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm out here, so I do hang out with Nivea sometimes in certain events. So yeah, that is
Sure.
one of the places on my list I have to go to.
Yeah, definitely a spot you want to hit. Chef Kevin, he's doing a great job over there. It's just like I had the sliders, the pretzels, the tacos, the French onion soup. We ate a ton of food. It was great.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, that's definitely gonna put it on my list then.
Yeah, 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 absolutely. All right, so let me ask you this: you eat out at so many different places, right? And we all do. Is there a memory? Is there a place that you've eaten, in the last year, 2 years that just blew your mind? Was there a meal that you ate that just like you think about it all the time and go, I can't believe it was this good?
Um, I'd have to say it's a mix between both the meal and the atmosphere. Just because I actually proposed right outside the restaurant. It's actually one of my favorite places called Blend on the Water. I don't know if you're familiar
Ah,
with that. It's in Long Island City. They do have a couple locations that Blend in Astoria. I forgot where the other one is, but I know Blend on the Water right there in Long Island City. It's pretty much right on the Long Island City piers, so you have a view of the entire skyline, the bridge, and it's a Latin infusion place. So they make a really good skirt steak with the rice, the beans, everything, and the view alone is just perfect. So that to me is probably one of my favorite places, and that's also why like I proposed right outside, had the whole setup going. So that's definitely I'd have to say my spot.
that's awesome, man. Yeah, I think you get style points for that, right? I'm sure your fiance was very appreciative of the view.
Oh yeah, no, we that was actually her favorite spot before we even proposed this, and it was just perfect because I had her family waiting inside. There's like glass windows, but they're kind of tinted, so it worked out perfectly.
That's beautiful, man. Did she suspect? Did she know it was coming or?
No, I had a bunch of my friends kind of throw off. We made it seem like we were going out for somebody else's like little date night, and I had them messaging her pretty much where's a good spot, knowing that she was going to recommend this place. So
Hmm.
she was thrown off completely.
That's very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I have a. And so, when did you get engaged? How long ago was this?
Oh, this was just back in January.
Oh, right before.
Just tell me about it. We couldn't even do an engagement party because everything was just. It's starting to at least be a little bit more comfortable now. I know people a little bit more comfortable, but it's still, it's still something we have to worry about. So we're just we haven't even talked about dates yet or nothing, just because it's everything going on.
No, I hear you. I have my wife's 40th birthday coming up, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to plan it or where to plan it. Like, I'm trying, she knows I'm trying to plan something, but I'm
Yeah,
like, it's between, she wants to go away, like to the islands or something. And I'm like, I don't know if we can travel there. Like, I don't know what we can do.
the world is just it's completely different. It's picking back up, like I said, but it's just like it's different. This is nothing I've ever experienced, so it's definitely a whole different ballgame.
I hear you. I have a good proposal story too, but I'll save it for when we're off air, and I'll tell you. I proposed to my wife in Chicago, and it was a hell of a night to get that pull that off. Let's just say.
All right, yeah, I want to hear that.
Exactly. So now that you've been growing your following, how many followers are you up to, by the way, on
I
Instagram?
believe like just a little over 8,300.
Okay, that's awesome. Do you have restaurants that now reach out to you? Do they work with you
Yeah, I
directly?
actually have. That's kind of like where I'm at now. I still go to places on my, willingly and like always, play in the whole nine. But yeah, I have had places reach out to me, and it's always a good experience. Just going there and pretty much them bringing out to you like what they have as like their specialties. Because sometimes I might see something on the menu that I might not necessarily order, but when they
Mhm.
bring it out, it blows my mind. It's just like, okay, this is something I could recommend to the next person, and like just go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. That is one of the benefits of like going in there, getting to know the chefs or the owner, because then they want to show you. They want to like, they're like, yeah, we got the burger or we got whatever, but you really got to try this, right? You
Exactly.
really got to.
That's what it is. I'm more the traditional guy, like chicken parm and all that, but like sometimes you want to think outside the box, and they kind of help me do that. And yeah, a lot of times I'm just blown away from some of the meals that they bring out.
Definitely. Like we were talking about ITA Kitchen earlier, which was one of the restaurants that I've had on. They got that mac chicken where they do this whole thing with the mac and cheese inside the fried
Yeah,
chicken.
the whole just chicken cutlet. Yeah, actually, I've taken a picture of that. That thing is amazing. Yeah, that's actually one of my favorites.
I'm almost. It's like I want to order it again, but I know if I eat that whole thing, I'm gonna like feel so bad for myself the next day.
Oh, God, that's like a 2-day meal in general. I'm a big guy, but that takes at least 2 different sessions to eat that thing.
I know, but that's I love these epic eats. I love what all these restaurants are doing. Especially now that we're rolling into the cool weather in the fall season.
Mm.
We have all the pumpkin fanatics and all that stuff, which I'm a fan of, by the way. I like the fall traditions and the foods, but we're seeing a lot of other cool stuff like the heaters and the igloos and things like that.
I've been seeing that a lot, yeah.
Have you checked out any of the places that have like outdoor seating when in the cooler weather yet?
Where was I just recently? They had, I didn't actually go there specifically, but I have been seeing in, like, some of the villages, they're having, like, that. I was just in Rockville Center. I know a few places out there. I forgot where it was, but yeah, they have the outdoor seating with the igloos, not the igloos, but they have, like, those big heaters that go right above you. I know,
Mhm.
there's a place in Patchogue with the igloos that I have put on my list yet. I forgot what it's called, but
I think it's rum, right? Doesn't rum have
I
them?
think it is rum. Yeah, they do it. They were doing it, I think, last year before the whole pandemic thing. But
Correct.
so yeah, that's been on my list, especially now with the whole. I mean, seating outside, it's nicer. So definitely want to try that.
Yep. Yeah, I think Rum had them last year, like you mentioned. ITA Kitchen, they're doing it this year with the igloos. And I saw
Oh,
Water Zooey in Garden City, the place that has the good mussels and stuff like that.
okay.
Water Zooey has some outdoor seating with the igloos as well, so it's going to be pretty cool.
All right. All right. Yeah, definitely gotta check that out then. All right.
So let's talk a little bit about just like Instagram and the photography itself. Like, do you only take photos with your phone? Have you gotten more experience with photography and bought a camera? What's your style? Like, do you have any tips for taking great food photography, things like that? Like, what have you learned?
Actually, yeah, every single one of my pictures are all iPhone. It's only off the iPhone. I'm not at the level yet where I want to spend the money on a camera. That's definitely the next level. But
Hmm.
in regards to tips, I just to me it's all about the angles. That's pretty much what I do. I just try to find the perfect angle. I try not to just rush the photo. It's to me that's it. Whether it's a picture of a beach or a food, it's all about the angle.
Yeah, absolutely. I like some angles too. I see those straight on shots and I go, ooh, that's just not attractive sometimes.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yep.
I think it's interesting though. Like a lot of people, they think because they have the phone and they see everybody else with their phone that they're going to be able to take that same photo. And it really comes down to having an eye. You have to have that eye for really
Yeah.
figuring out what you want a picture to look like and compose it and all that stuff. So there's a definitely skill to it and lighting. I mean, I'm a big person. Like I have just for this setup alone, I got two lights just to do my podcast here.
Yeah, no, that I have to agree 100%. It's all about the lighting. Whether it's natural bright light or like I have a little compact light that I bring around with me. That's literally the most important thing. Like I can't go somewhere without that light. I need to make sure that's with me at all times.
Yeah, for sure. And so, would you have recommendations for people? Like, are you making money with your Instagram account right now? Do you monetize at all?
No, no, I mean, not really, not anything that's paying the bills, but it's definitely something I would like to grow on and keep it going. It definitely started as more as a hobby and
Mhm.
something for fun that I enjoy doing, and it still kind of is, but I am getting a little bit more of the benefits from it. So, I'm just gonna keep going with it and see where it goes from there.
Yeah, I think that's the way a lot of people get started is, it's a hobby, real passion for them, right? Because that continues, to shine through. And depending on how big you grow your account, yeah, definitely there's opportunities there for you beyond, and to monetize it and things like that. So
Yeah,
I think it's definitely the right approach is just continue to grow it organically. That way you keep your relationships tight and, you know who you're talking to and commenting with. Like I
exactly.
love that I have these personal relationships with everybody on there.
No, saying that's definitely another benefit too. Just meeting other people who actually enjoy it. Doing the same thing and going out with even just setting up different. I know you mentioned Rick. I've met him, hung out with him a few times, and it's always a good time to go out with other people who have the same passion and just go out there and want to have fun with taking pictures.
Definitely, that's what because I'm sure your fiance. What does she say every time you whip out the camera when
Uh,
you're at dinner just with her?
oh my god! Between her and my friends before this, like I said, I was taking pictures before I had an Instagram. It's always they're eating. I have to take my pictures first. They're eating the food when it's cold because I need to get my shots in, and it's just she's a little bit more okay with it now because sometimes we go out, like if they're bringing food to us, she can't really complain. So it's all right.
It's like, honey, come on, we got some food coming our way. You got to let me take the photos.
Exactly.
All right, cool. Well, I'm ready for doing your speed round. I've done this before with Jamie at Jay's Traveling Fork, who you know very well.
Yep.
So we're gonna get into your favorites list. All right, let me know. You ready for this?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
All right, let's knock it out. All right, Carlos, here's your speed round. What is your favorite brunch?
Like wait, places or food?
Places.
Okay. I would say the Shed.
The Shed, definitely a good spot. They have multiple locations now too, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. Where's your favorite lunch spot?
I would say Rob Keys in Northport.
Good spot, really great spot. And where's your favorite dinner?
I actually really like Spatino's in Dix Hills. That's I always been a big fan of theirs as well.
Yeah, so you like the Italian food, right?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I guess it shows. Yeah.
Uh, Interesting cocktails. Where's your favorite cocktail?
I actually love the Sugar Factory in Manhattan. That's
Okay,
they have like the goblets with the smoke and everything coming out of it.
I've seen some of those photos. They look pretty epic and like really crazy stuff they do there,
Yeah,
right?
love those drinks.
I think they have one in Vegas too. I think they have a sugar factory in Vegas, so that's kind of where that whole vibe comes from.
Yep, Vegas and like all like the big casinos have them now.
Yep. How about your favorite dessert? Where am I going for dessert?
Believe it or not, I'm not the biggest dessert guy. I couldn't even think of the dessert one. Actually, Babalu in Huntington has a great cheesecake, a guava cheesecake that I just had recently. I like that dessert.
Okay, that's awesome. That's the new place with the I Love Lucy theme and the
Yeah, I think we spoke about it briefly. Yeah, that's definitely I definitely like that dessert there.
awesome. Very cool. Well, that's it, man. That's our favorites speed round. And I really want to thank you for coming on today. And I appreciate everything that you're doing to help restaurants out there. And I can't wait to see you out and be dining together again.
Yeah, appreciate it, Sal. Thank you for having me. Yeah, definitely see you out soon.
Thanks for tuning in to the Big Food Talk, produced by Tough Monkey Entertainment. Subscribe on iTunes and wherever you listen to podcasts. Follow us on Instagram for behind-the-scenes takes, or watch complete episodes on YouTube. Don't forget to make a donation at bigfoodtalk.com.